everybody. My name is Quay, and today we're reading The 12 Dancing Princess. This book, I remember we has read it, but it was just a short book. But today, this is a long book with 6 chapters. So we just read 3 chapters. The family trouble, the sister's secret, and the taking the challenge. Okay, now let's read it. Chapter 1. Family trouble. There were once 12 beautiful princesses with long flowing hair and short fairy tempers. Ooh. Their father, a king, was a grumpy old man who didn't believe in having fun. That means he doesn't like to have fun, right? All of you just sit down and look pretty. He was grumpy, though. In fact, he believed that the princesses would be seen and not heard. The princess strongly disagreed. Oh, brave, isn't it? The thing they argued about most was dancing. Their father hated it, but the princess loved it. They like to dance, right? I'm not very good at dancing, though. So whenever he wasn't looking, we danced anyway. Cool. The sister's secret. The girls slept in a tall tower with their beds side by side. Oh, there were 12 princesses, so there were 12 beds side by side. Beautiful green blanket. Well, beautiful. Every night, the king locked the tower door so that they couldn't sneak out to dance. Sleep well, my dears. One morning, when the door was unlocked, the princesses were still asleep. As the maid went to wake them, she noticed their shoes were lying in a soggy pile on the floor. How strange! Soggy? Does that mean they sneak out dancing until their shoes start to soggy? Or when done at dancing, then they take their shoes out and take it in the soggy pile? I don't know. Their shoes were worn out. Oh. When the king heard about the shoes, he was furious. Those girls has been out dancing, he spluttered. But how? Are they used their long hair? No. Are they used their clothes tied it up into a long rope and then climb out the window? I didn't know. my daughter's ear. Now! Yes, sir. I didn't know why he doesn't like fun, though. I think he doesn't like fun, so his birthday must be really mad, though. And boring. Because he doesn't like fun. Princesses does not be out dancing all night. He yelled at them. You need your beauty sleep. You should all be ashamed of yourself. The girls ashamed in the least. What's more, they wouldn't tell him how they had escaped or where they had been. Am I right? They used their clothes and tied into some of their clothes and tied into a rope and climbed out the window. Or it had a kind of tunnel, or we have a magic wand and turn them to the royal or something. The next morning, it was clear that the princess had been out again. The same thing happened 7 nights in a row. The king didn't know what to do. He had a brilliant idea. What was that idea? He decided that the first man to discover where his daughters went each night could marry one of them. Posters went up across the land. I read you the posters. Fed up with your job, feel like a challenge. Solve a royal mystery and win big prizes. Win your own kingdom and marry a genial princess. Interested? Jump into the castle or further details. No time wasters, please. Oh, so the prizes is marry a princess? Really? Okay, this is the first chapter. No, this is the last chapter. It was chapter 3. Taking the challenge. The first man to take up the king's challenge was brave Prince Marcus. So that means this prince name is Marcus. I wonder how could he solve that problem or something. By the way, there's one small catch. The king told him, if you fail, I cut off your head. Okay, no problem, your majesty. Cut up your head? That's scary, isn't it? That night, Prince Marcus was taken to the tower and put in a room next to the princess. Very comfortable instead. Oh, cool. They made him very welcome. One even brought him a hot of milky cocoa. Look, it must be really tasty. But I have a warning. If you win this challenge, never drink that cocoa. Actually, this challenge was real? Well, this book has wrote by a man, and that man was real. But this book was not in real. It's just fantasy, okay? Look in this picture, I saw him sleeping. So that means the princess has poison, milky cocoa. So when he drinks, he will fall asleep, isn't it? Yes. By looking at the pictures, I know is that cocoa make him sleep or not. Okay, I will continue reading this to see what's more of it. As Prince Marcus drank the cocoa, he began to feel sleepy. He tried splashing cold water on his face, but that didn't work. So he fell asleep until the morning. Soon he was fast asleep and snoring loudly. So that time the princess would go and dance. Well, next morning the princess's shoes were worn out again. Prince Marcus had failed, and the king wasn't joking about jumping off his head. Take him away! Oh, gosh. Many more princes and noble knights came forward. They were all fooled by the princess's sweet smiles. And there's a drink. Then he drank up when he fell asleep. And were offered of hot cocoa when he drank and he sleep. So the princess go and dance. And that's all of the 3 chapters. Chapter 4 to chapter 5 and chapter 6. We will read it next time. And now let's summarize it. Okay? Let's summarize. The 12 dancing princes. Once there was 12 beautiful princesses. And what the favorite thing they like is dancing. Their father, the king, he was old and grumpy man. He hate fun things. And he hate dancing. But the princess, that's what they like. Every night, the king locked the princesses in a tall tower. He locked up the door so the princesses cannot sneak out. They really like to dance, but we cannot sneak out. So never mind. They have another way to dance. But I don't know where could we go? Well, one day, okay, let's try to look at it again, because we started to, a maid. The next morning, a maid come, no, not that. When the door was unlocked, the maid would come inside and woke up the princesses. But when she opened the door, then she saw they're still sleeping, and their shoes were lying on a soggy place on the floor. Hearing about the shoes, the king was angry, and he yelled to the maid, "Bring the princesses to here." "Yes, sir," she said. Then the princess come, and the king said, "Princess could not dance all night. They need to sleep." But the princess disagreed, and they danced all the time. 7 days in a row. Then one morning, the king has a brilliant idea. He take a post and stick it on everywhere of the land. Then one prince has come. His name is Marcus. The king said, "If you failed, I cut off your head." Then Marcus looking scared. Then that night, Marcus has locked in the tower with a princess, and one princess come, and she gave him a cup of hot milky cocoa. When he drank it, he started feeling sleepy. Marcus tried to splash the cold water onto his face, but it not worked. So he fell fast asleep and snoring loudly. All the princes and knights come and try, but they still failed. And that's all. Because it's just half of a story, so I could just summarize like that. Next time we could read another half of the story. Bye-bye!